I need a reason to support my addiction to cardboard, so if I say that every single pack will be our Pokemon for a Nuzlocke, then I can feel a lot better about it. It's time to open some packs. Pack number 1. Here we go. We start off with a Bound Sweets. We have a Feebas as well. An Apom. A Doublades. Nice pickup. A Techno Radar, which I definitely can't use that. A Steenie. Okay. A Counter Catcher, whatever that is. My reverse holo is a Wiglet. An Ancient Booster Energy Capsule, which I'll channel the boosted energy through into the next card. And it's boom! A Chi-Yu, damn, okay, nice. With my cards on deck, I think it's time to set off on the old adventure. Isn't that right, Apom? He's a good little boy. I think he'll do a good job. Now, I've got an objective because in Paldea, no one takes the TCG enjoyers seriously. They're always going on about how you should catch Pokemon in the wild and that stealing the souls of living Pokemon inside of cards and cardboard is actually bad and immoral. Yeah, letting them roam free might be technically the correct thing to do, but I just really like the artwork that we get on these cards. So it's time for me and my flying fish to go and get my first gym badge, show them what it's all about. And I see the town cresting over the hill already. They have no idea what's coming their way. But also, I've kept a rule hidden from you. I'm actually only going to be using the amount of Pokemon that the gym leader has to keep it nice and fair. First gym leader has 2, so it's just Apom and Chi-Yu. And of course, if you die in the game, you die for real. If you don't know what that means, then we'll just wait. Oh god, Melanoma's back. Now she knows that I'm off to make some gym badges. But I'm not gonna let Necromancy pull the wool over my eyes. I know that she's not gonna battle me this time. First order of business, puzzle for children. Should be nice and easy. It was nice and easy, but now the main meat of the juice. It's time for a bit of gym baby action. Now this isn't the kind of jewel that I'm used to, but we've got 2 cards and I think that should be more than enough. Oh wait, she has 3 Pokemon? Oh, okay. So I can't count, clearly. But I'm sure it will be fine. I've got high 3 the Apom to deal with this, and you have super effective moves, which I'll be honest, isn't ideal. Just hang on, high 3. You've only got a little bit of health left. You keep getting smacked in the face by a few kicks. You can destroy the first Nimble at the very least. We're playing with hardcore Nuzlocke rules, so I can't swap in between Pokemon, but I can swap once they're out. So now it's time to activate my trap cards. It's not trap. It's not. Different game. Little Glub's got Beads of Ruin, which reduces special defense, and let's be honest, it's an insanely powerful legendary. I'm not sure how your bugs are gonna tank this. Now, you can send out your Teddy Ursa if you want. I don't think it's gonna matter. Now, please do all the terrassalizing you need. In fact, I'll make it easier on you. I won't terrassalize as a showing of good faith. Go on, let's see how much we do with this Ember. Oh, it didn't one-shot it. Okay, that's actually quite surprising, to be fair. But it's only the first turn of Fury Cutter. Hasn't had time to wake up, smell his coffee just yet. So 1 more Ember's gonna do him in. And that is a nice, easy first gym badge. God, we're looking good too. It may have only been a few moments, but I bonded with these cards like they were my own children or cats. Let's open another pack. Now to face off with Mr. Whips and Chains, we got pack number 2. Starting off with a second Doublade, a Surskit, a Magby, looking very cute. Flamigo, I love this guy. Another Techno Radar. Steenie's back again, of course. Counter Catcher keeps popping up for some reason. Hello, Golbat. Oh, Nimble and Shinpow. What is going on with these packs so far? This is fantastic. Okay, so I've done the calculations and I'm fairly sure that 3 equals 3. So I've taken my 3 cards from that pack. We have ourselves Flamigo, we have Nimble, and we have, of course, we've got Shinpow because I just couldn't leave this big boy at home. Look how happy he is as well. He's jumping up and down. He's just glad to be here, I think. And we're just down the street from destination number 2 as well. Oh, just look upon that glorious windmill. Doesn't it make you feel feelings? Nemocles pops up because, well, of course she does. But she bribes me with some ethers and then buggers off. Yeah, she doesn't want this smoke. She knows what cards I have. I have a reverse holo. That's a holo. I have a holo in my deck now. Surrender and Sunflora, a work by Brassius. This looks like it was made by a 5-year-old, I'm not gonna lie, but these lots seem to enjoy it, so. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Speaking of beholden things, I just realized I don't have my glasses on. Sorry, you probably thought I was a different person. Now I can finally see where I'm going. I've managed to make my way onto the battlefields of the second gym. And honestly, to face off with grass types, we've got a pretty good selection of mons here. So Mr. Whips and Chains is going to have a rude awakening in a second when he finds out I've got David on my side. Sort of Rune weakens defense, but I only have a special ice type move, so it's not really all that useful, to be fair. We'll see how much an icy wind still does. Oh, it doesn't one-shot Petal. Okay, you should be a little bit embarrassed about that, David. Thankfully, you didn't go for sleep powder because now is not the time to take a kip, although cats do sleep for about 27 hours a day. I'll get a little payback for that last attack and take it out. But what if I want to switch things up a little bit? I mean, Flamingo is one of my favorite new Pokemon, so I have to give Franklin a little bit of time in the sun, honestly. It does 3 damage to me, which I am, of course, definitely concerned about. Hope the wing attack does more than 3. Yep, I think that is more than 3, slightly. But you know, I'm all about equal opportunity, so let's give our little nimble Jeb an opportunity to do something as well, shall we? A tree with a flower is not that scary. Oh, wow, that rock throw did a lot. Okay, well, that's fine, because Jeb is so strong and cool that he's gonna actually outspeed it. Very impressive, and that is at least 1/5 of its health and damage, which I think we can all agree is 1/5 of his health and damage. Oh, he's going for a Trailblaze. I think this may be the end of Jeb. Oh, yeah. Jeb did not last very long. Please hold your applause, because that's our first death of the Nuzlocke, which means, well, wow, they make them strong these days, don't they? Goodbye, Jeb. I'm sorry. It's okay. Franklin can handle this. After seeing the destruction of Jeb in front of it, he is inspired with rage that builds up in between his massive 2 eyes and his 3 brain cells that exist in his tiny head. And with a beak larger than his brain, he fires out 1 more wing attack, taking out the Sudowoodo and making sure that we don't lose anyone else. Good job, Franklin. I'm very proud of you. Next pack. This video is free. It's pack number 3. Sorry. I love a good cow, as well as a wimpy boy. A Plusle's up next, and then we've got a humble family. And whoa, look at the art on that thing. That is pretty spectacular. And then we have Masquerain, don't mind if I do. Wait, channel the energy of the booster capsule through the card to get Swablu. Okay, well, it didn't really work out the second time, but that's fine. We got and a Spathra. That's pretty good. And then whoa! Where did you come from, buddy? Boys, girls, enemies, I think I've made a mistake. I've got some bad news. It turns out that not all the Pokemon in this TCG set are actually in the game. Surprise, surprise. So things like Zekrom doesn't exist. Just cannot be in Paldea. Wasn't able to get his passport on time, unfortunately. Neither was Miltank or Absol or even Plusle. So we're going to have to make do with the ones that did get that passport and visas on time, which is Espathra, Masquerain, Tandemaus, and Swablu. I feel like this may be a big issue later on in the challenge. But regardless, I've got places to be and people to do in the big city of Lavencia. And now I know I'm gonna get ambushed by Melanoma as soon as I enter here, right? Oh yeah, here she comes. She wants a fight. And if you want a fight, then you'll get a fight. It's Rockruff versus Big Jim. But honestly, I feel like finishing this one quickly. So we do a little terrassalizing and... Oh, I'm sorry, Rockruff. Her team is cleaned up in seconds. Even though she wanted to terrassalize as well, doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of damage. And now Nemesis is dealt with. It's time to start the stream, guys. Now, she may not have 12 years of streaming experience like I do, because I stream on this YouTube channel pretty much every single day, which I'd love to see you in the chats for if you're ever around for one. The warm-up's been completed. And now, it's time for the proper fight. She begins with a watch roll as I lead with my 2 gyms. I'm just gonna test the waters a bit with a double hit and completely miss. Fantastic news. That spark does a little chunk, but not too much. Double hit almost takes it out. Are you gonna waste a potion now? Please do. Please waste a potion. No potions! Iono doesn't care about her Pokemon. Confirmed. Let's expose her online and get her banned from Twitch or YouTube. Where does she stream? Uh-oh, we already got Belly Bowl coming out here. But I've got a plan, see? I've got Super Fang, which will reduce it down to half its health. It'll get a little bit of power, but that should be all right. It uses Spark. I don't live it. Okay, the 2 gyms have gone down as the 2 gyms conduct the electricity like crazy. Unfortunately, they are torn apart for eternity. Now, most of my team is flying type, which is bad, but hopefully Big Jim can handle it. I'm gonna need to use Terra Power for this. Realistically, Big Jim is gonna have to sweep the entire rest of the team, so I trust in you, Big Jim. We can do this. The first Lumina Crash comes out and takes out the Belly Bolts. That's fantastic. We really needed to not take any damage there. And now there's 2 more mons for us to take out, the Luxio and the Ace. Let's see how much another boosted Lumina Crash can do. Oh my god, it one-shots a Luxio. That's so good. Now it's a Terra versus Terra Patterrz showdown to end the match. Lumina Crash goes first. I don't think it'll one-shot, but oh, that's not enough damage. But we harshly lower special defense when we use Lumina Crash, but we get confused. Oh no. It's okay. My Patterrz very smart. Aren't you, Patterrz? Aren't you very smart? Look at how smart my Patterrz is. It didn't hit itself. Fantastic news. And the Miss Magius goes down. I didn't even have to pet my noodle for a little bit of luck there. Didn't even have to do it. Now we got the third gym badge. Things are only going to get harder. Open the door. It's pack number 4. All right, let's look at the cards. We get a little Porygon first, and then an Oricorio. Ooh, not exactly the most iconic list of Pokemon in the world, but I mean, I'll take it, I suppose. Masquerain again as another booster capsule. All right, channel the energy through. Let's see if it works again. Whoa, oh wow, this booster capsule really does not work very well, does it? But we got a Gargonkel and a Kingdra as well. Isn't it just a wonderful day picnicking in the desert? Gargonkel loves it out here. But the next gym lies in the oasis over the desert. But first, I have to return a wallet to a bald man. So I've returned the wallet. I win an auction for a little bit of seaweed. And before you know it, it's time to fight Kofu. Now, we've only got 3 Pokemon, and one of them is a secret rare full art, which looks beautiful. So I want to keep that one safe if I can. But I came prepared with a bit of a plan, see? Step 1 of the plan, put the enemy Pokemon to sleep with Spore. Now it can't attack me. Step 2 of the plan is, that's 1. 2 of the plan is to set up another Reflex, or a Reflex. Step 3 is to swap out into my super effective Oricorio. Did you just wake up? Come on, man. It's okay. The plan is still working. The plan is still plan. Now the plan is to Terra Evolve and dance until I can't dance no more. Go Oricorio, the cheerleader of the squad, the Bard. Destroys Veluza in 1 hit. We have a Reflect up, so we're protected against hurting. Wugtrio has Water Pulse. Okay, the Reflect's not gonna help me there, but we tanked that so nicely. Then Revelation Dance knocks out the Wugtrio as well. Please tell me the Reflect is still up for the final Pokemon, because I really need it. It is, thank God. I know you're gonna Terra Water, so this should be super effective against you. There he is. You fool, you've been predicted. Just need the Revelation Dance to do enough damage now that it's super effective, and Terra, and Stab, and it knocks out the Crab Abominable. Oricorio, I never thought you'd be such a great mon. And now my secret rare Gargonkel is safe. Feeling alive, it's pack number 5. So let's go. I don't want to harm the cards. What if there's something good in here? Oh, I just spoiled the first one. It's a freaking Toxel. But hold on. He's doing a blep. And this is important news. There's also a cat here. Another Wimpod. A small child. Worm. Another Absol. What is with all these bloody Absols? Simisear. A starter mid-evolution with 100 health points? What is this power creep going on? Galvantula. Another Chien Pao. Oh, but that's not all. We've also got... Oh, no, wait. That is the last card. That is all. Never mind. Look at this. We're back down to 3 Pokemon, and Crocolore is just having an absolute whale of a time in the picnic right now. I'm also discovering how many Pokemon aren't actually in this game. Like, Galvantula is just not in the game. Simisear is not in the game. But all that matters is that David the Chien Pao is back with us again. Let's get a little bit of a wash going. We're out in the desert. We need to get you nice and clean before the next gym battle. There you go, looking gorgeous. Oh, you think you're a big cat? You want to see a proper big cat? Yeah, that's a proper big cat. Well done. Get him, David. Well done. Wait, Zoroark? Wait, it was a Zoroark? Now, through my travels of trying to convince people that cardboard with the pictures of funny-looking Pokemon on them are a good investment, Mom, I've gotten a wee bit peckish, so it's time for a lunch break at 4 a.m. Hello, mate. Yeah, just fish and chips, please. With a wee lemon and a bit of tartar sauce on the sides. Salt and vinegar on the chips, of course. Uh-oh, it appears the locals have taken offense to my order, but I assure you that is a delectable dish in the UK. All right, Larry, order up. The order is... You hang out with me, I'll pay any amount of money for Larry to hang out with me. He just gets me. He's just so man. He leads off with a Kamala, as we lead with Spicy the Corocolo. Go on, Spicy, you've got this. Let's burn him up. Don't get too tired. It's not bedtime just yet. I'll put on some white noise when we get back home. Just try not to fall asleep after you've just been smacked in the face. We spew out flames. Kamala is burning to a crisp, and It's bedtime. Well, I may as well try and wake up. Oh, that was a crit, wasn't it? How can you eat berries while you're asleep, Spicy? Surely you know what's going on. Come on, Spicy, just take those hits. Oh, you've finally woken up. Well done, mate. As a torrent of flame shoots into the Kamala and takes it out. But it's far too risky for Spicy to stay in this fight. So we pivot out into my Alaskan bullworm. And Drill Run does nothing because of my wonderful Earth Eater ability. You've got an absolutely delicious dish. Maybe with some flinches too. No. Didon's boss fires off a glare, paralyzing me in place. Which you'd think an Alaskan bullworm wouldn't be intimidated by this, but I suppose not. But there's really not a lot that Didon's boss can actually do to me in terms of damage, and it goes down with one swift crack on the head. Then a Staraptor spreads its wings as it enters the fray. As long as it doesn't have close combat, we should be absolutely fine. Which it doesn't. It only has facades. Don't get paralyzed, Alaska. Just headbutt it a few times. We can speed it up by terrassalizing as well. As there's a swift back and forth, all of a sudden, crack! The Staraptor falls to the ground, now with a broken skull. The gym badge may be 9, but I'm still quite hungry. I haven't had lunch yet. And there's still one more thing I need to do before I can draw a new pack. Let's have a midnight fight with Nemocles. All right, let's see what she's got. A Lycanroc, that's a bad lead for old Spicy, but I'm sure Alaska can handle this just fine. Oh my god, is that a one-tap? I see you have a Palmo, but do you realize how weak you are to Bulldoze right now? Look at Alaskan Bullworm dodging out of the way of Thunder Waves left and right, then shaking the ground with a Bulldoze that also destroys the Palmo. I tell you what, this worm is as strong as they get, but now... Uh-oh, there's a Skeledirge here. And it's a terrassalized one, which could cause an issue. Bulldoze does a tiny bit of baby damage, but Torch Song may just be able to take me out, I think. Alaska, no! Oh, no, Alaska. And it's getting a bump. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. And with the blazing heat and fury cuts through right the middle of my poor little Earthworm. I think there's only one thing I can do. I have to put it to sleep. It's my only way of winning. Thank God we got the speed drop, so the yawn is guaranteed. But Spicy here might have to sacrifice itself in order to guarantee the sleep. And I'm also going to try and Snarl to lower its special attack even further, which means that we can just hang on 12 points of health. And now the Skeledirge is asleep, but it's only a matter of time until it wakes up. I could swap out into David now, but I don't think it's the right play. I'm going to outspeed it when I come in, so realistically, I just need to do as much damage as possible, and I'll just miss Snarl as well, I suppose. We have to land as many Snarls as we can, reducing its special attack as far as it can go. The Skeledirge is still asleep. We Snarl again, reducing its special attack. I think it's down to neutral now, and the Skeledirge wakes up, which means the intense heat completely overwhelms Spicy and destroys it. It's really hot. It's really hard to... Oh, okay, there it goes. Which means we only have one Pokemon left. And honestly, we only have one attack. But this Night Slash should be able to do enough, and it takes out the Skeledirge. But at what cost? I think it's time for another pack. Pack number 6. Now, this is where the game starts to get a little bit more intense, challenging, shall we say. So let's see what it's all about. So we got ourselves a Gligar, a Blipbug, fantastic start, a little Hot Pepper to keep us nice and warm, along with a Snorunt if we get too hot. We got the entire country of Venezuela, fantastic. Character that is certainly not in this game. We got a Garboda for some reason. Another Venezuela. Wow, 2 countries. And then, okay, well, what am I supposed to do with this? Professor Seda, give me some kind of ancient paradox. That'd be amazing. Oh, it's another Chi-Yu. Wow, we are just getting so many of these things. The squad's all here, including my 2 Veluza, one of which is very, very sleepy. But I've also discovered that this Professor Seda Vitality card is actually worth quite a bit. So in order to add a little bit of intensity to this next section, if any of my Pokemon die, then Seda will die with them. Fortunately, we only have Ryme and her little grunts to take down, but one slip could ruin everything. Up the mountain we go. You know, it's a good thing I'm only slightly deathly afraid of heights. Montenevra, a town so cold that grannies will disappear. Oh, she's back. Glad to see you doing all right. Now, I'm fairly certain that the grunts aren't going to be an issue here. As expected, the children are easy to beat up. Even Moist Critical is absolutely no threats. But now we have to face off with Ryme. Now, I do have a little bit of a plan here, see? Since I drew the Chi-Yu card, that means everyone's special defense is going to be lowered in this match. But that also puts my Veluza in a little bit of a bad situation because it's a Psychic type and a Ghost type gym, and it's got a special defense lowered. So my plan to take advantage of the special special defense drop in, I'll spam Dark Pulse with Chi-Yu while Terra evolutionizing my Veluza into a Soul Water type, so it's no longer weak to Ghost. So Mimikyu can Shadow Sneak into me, but it only does a little bit of damage now. And you can Sucker Punch too, but oh, that still does a little bit of that's a lot of damage. The Banette goes down in one hit, and Skr is gonna break that disguise. Oh my god, well, we have Mold Breaker! It went right through the disguise. I mean, I totally knew that was gonna happen. Then Toxtricity enters. This is a special attacker, so I'm a little bit scared of it. Houndstone is also here as well. But since we Patterrz and knocked out the enemy Pokemon, we get some nice little stat buffs here. Now I'm gonna switch up because Toxtricity obviously gonna have access to electric type moves. Don't want to deal with that. Don't want to die and lose my gorgeous Professor Seda card here. She Terras, but that's fine. She leaves herself wide open for next turn's attack. As long as I don't lose anyone this turn, I should be good. Houndstone's dead. Now you tell me you used an electric type move. Come on, discharge. Yeah, I knew it. We're completely immune on Skr. Glub takes a little bit of a hit, gets critted and paralyzed at the same time, which is very unfortunate. Toxtricity goes for another discharge. Please don't crit Glub. No, didn't crit. Skr goes for a knockoff. It doesn't do too much damage because it's got a buff in every single stat. But the Dark Pulse comes through and it's enough to take it out. Beautiful. And I get to keep my secret rare Seda now. It's almost 11. It's pack number 7. What? Stupid. It's not almost 11. I don't even have 11 packs to open. Stupid thing to say. Stupid. Starting off strong with a Toad School and a Child. Fantastic. Spinder. Oh no, this pack isn't. Oh no, this pack is not going well. At least I have Worm. Thank the Lord. And then Professor Turo. Wait, give me Miraidon. Give me Iron Valiant. That would be fantastic. Am I seeing an Iron Valiant in the back? Am I seeing an Iron Valiant in the back? Oh my god, it's a Latios. When did you get here? You know, I was thinking about activating Professor Churo's scenario to add a future Paradox Pokemon to the team, but I think we'll do just fine without it. You got Orthwa, Mienshao, Gligar, someone else. Oh, there you are, Morpeko. And as we creep into the gym to begin the 7th challenge, who do we find but Pneumonia here, who obviously wants to have another Basildea. Well, that's fine. Nothing like a little Mienshao warm-up. I'll hit you with a little slap of a Fake Out into a fantastic Drain Punch, which will immediately kill you. Sliggoo doesn't take those very well either. Oh my days! You'd think it's a Suian the way it took that damage. A quick U-turn to get on out of this situation, with a Gligar perfectly suited to kill this thing off. They told me Pneumonia was good at this, that she was a strong trainer. Where's that strong training now? I don't see it anywhere. Apart from now. This is terrifying though, to be fair. Yeah, I just know you're gonna start spamming Torch Song. It's really exciting for me. Oh, that does a lot of damage. I think I'm forced to U-turn here. At least I get my health back with Regenerator. Now we got Skr. But can Skr actually take a Torch Song or not? Come on, buddy. You've got this. Come on. Yes. Well done, mate. I don't believe I don't have a ground type move on this thing. What a terrible choice this was. And with an Acrobatics. Unfortunately, I think Skeledirge is going to take out the Gligar. There goes my poor little guy. Skeledirge is just getting more and more powerful. Come on, Mienshao, you're pretty much my only hope here. Let's go for the Fake Outs. And then pray that Drain Punch is enough, and it just barely is. All right, this is definitely going to be a tough gym battle. I'm already down a Pokemon, but I can at least pull a Toad School from the pack and use that. We quickly pass the emotional spectrum test, everyone's favorite part of this video game. Bit of a rainy day to have the gym battle, but that makeup is not running. I tell you, she makes a good product. Now, I realized I'm at a bit of a disadvantage in this gym, so what I've done is I've come up with a master plan involving my new Toad School. The first thing I'm going to do is dodge the attack, because apparently my Mr. Slip loves me. Put the Fergaraf to sleep. And now it's time for the spikes to be set up. See, 3 layers of spikes is going to do a lot of damage to any Pokemon coming to the arena. It's going to make this battle a lot easier to win. That's a good giraffe. You stayed asleep the entire time. What a good girl. You let me set up all my spikes. And maybe you'll let me switch too for free. That'd be kind of nice. Now I reveal the Morpeko as you wake up. But if you go for Zen Headbutt, I'm completely immune because I'm a Dark type. Now we become Omega Angry. We can spark up our Terraform and smack him with an Aura Wheel. Yeah, that's nice damage. My speed goes up. And now, since you're taking all those spikes damage, just seems like a good idea to go for another Terra Aura Wheel on the God of War. It's not super effective, but it still KOs. Now, since my speed has been going so far up, I should be able to outspeed the Espathra, which is now damaged by the spikes as well. Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Oh, let's let this floor just now. Usually, it would resist my Dark type move, but she's going to make the expert play of making herself one-shottable, which has been praised by no one as being very smart. And that is a nice end to Florges as well. Another crit? I love it when the good guys win. A seahorse at the front of the pack, and then a baby Magby, both not in the game, and neither is Vanilla. Uh-oh, I hope we get something good here. Well, okay, we got Oricorio. I can make some good use of that. A technical machine for devolution, which I don't really feel like I need to use or want to use. An Exploud who's also not there. Oh, Mela! Yes, okay, good. I need that if we don't pull anything else. Okay, let's keep that in the back there. The counter catcher, which doesn't really give me anything. Oh, a secret rare Toadscruel. You can tell it's secret rare because in the bottom left, the number says 185. Out of the set cap, that is 182, which means it's very special and also looks great. And a Kingdra, which isn't in the game either. So, 2 of the 4 that we can use is Toadscruel and Oricorio, but since we don't have enough Pokemon to fill out the team normally, that's where the Mela card comes in. We can call upon her help to get some of her Pokemon to fill out the rest of the team. Now, she only uses 2 Pokemon, but that's just enough to hit the 4 that we actually need to do the gym battle. So, Mela, I'm gonna call upon your Torkoal and your Revaroom. Unfortunately, there is a drawback where if one of the 2 Pokemon die, then the other one dies as well. It's like it's soul linked. Don't ask why, I just made it up. Can I just say, I love how bouncy Toadscruel is, just as a Pokemon. Just look at this little guy go. I mean, what is he up to? Just to being a bouncy fella, really. But now the time has come to traverse the land and make it all the way to the 8th gym, which isn't particularly hard because I already have Montenevra as a fly spot. And thankfully, we have Mela backing us up today, so I'm not too worried. We do a little slip and sliding at high speeds. And can you believe it? It's already time for the final gym. As we enter the battlefield, I feel worried. What if my cards freeze and shatter like brittle ice? And I can actually use a very similar tactic like I did in the previous gym. See, I've just got the bigger version of Mr. Slip now. All nice and shiny and cool looking. So if I were to, I don't know, dodge the first move again, use a little spore, and then try and set up some spikes, who's here to stop me? Actually, I am really scared of losing my secret rare, which I really do not want to be tearing up. So I think I'm just gonna switch out early. You know, 1 layer of spikes is fine. Who needs 2? Who needs 3? That's greedy. While the Frostmoth is still asleep, Tokyo Drift hits the field and will likely waken up as it starts doing donuts around the battlefield. There goes my speeds. There goes my attack. Frostmoth wakes up. What are you gonna do? Tailwinds? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. It's fine. I don't care. Now you're double speed, but I'm double speed. But I've also got more speed now. I'm getting a little bit greedy, you see. But who's to say who's the greediest? Oh, that is a chunk of damage. I really don't want to get frozen, so I think that maybe we just do a little terror action, maybe some iron heads, get some flinches, etc., etc. Like a fly hitting your windshield. Obviously, Frostmoth can't do anything against my literal car. Now, this bear does have Earthquake and Priority, so it could be a little bit more scary. He decides not to go for the Aqua Jet for the free damage and immediately gets hit by a car. Turns out 99% of Pokemon lose to being hit by a car. Is the Titan gonna use its Ice Shard? Elects not to. Was it the correct choice? I'm all set up now. Wasn't the correct choice. Does anyone know how to turn off the affection mechanics? I actually don't want my Pokemon to love me anymore. Oh, look, I'm going to hit a bird with a vehicle. The result you expected did indeed happen. 8 gym badges collected and only a little bit of cardboard lost their lives. But now we have something special for the Elite Four. Not just 1 pack, but 3. Now, as we approach the Elite Four, I have 3 packs left. These 3 packs will give me the team that I need to take down the Elite Four, the champion, and whatever comes after that as well. I really need these 3 packs to be good. Okay, pack number 1. We start with a Blipbug. We get Blipbug, Waikoko, Honedge. That's not bad, right? Dwebble. Oh, these guys are not evolved. A Cursed Duster. I can clean up my act with that. An Orbeetle. I don't think that's in the video game. Oh, a Cloth. Finally, something good I can use. A Thievul. I don't know if that's in the game either. A Porygon 2. I hope that's in the game. And an Espathra. Okay. I can definitely do something with that. I looked them up, and I'm pretty sure these are the only 2 that I could feasibly use right now, which isn't ideal. Time for pack number 2. A Zubat. A Natu, Purloin, Mienfoo, please give me your evolved form. Vanillux, I don't believe is in the video game. Defiance Vest. Durant would be kind of nice. Golbat, hey, I just saw your little brother, mate. Tandemouse, okay, and Hoopa EX, oh my god! Hoopa is the only Pokemon that is fully evolved that I could really use for this pack, so I have to hope for a really good final pack. The final pack has begun. No spoilers, though. Whoa. Horsey. Loudrids, Remoraid's, and a Pumpkaboo. Oh, I can use Blindside now. Wow. And Crocolore's here, too. And I can... Wait! A technical machine for evolution! I can use this trainer card to evolve one of the non-evolved Pokemon. That's actually very useful. Okay, good. I'm so glad I drew that. Get Rorik, a Steelix, and a Golisopod. I'm going to activate my trainer card to evolve Crocodile into a Skeledirge. Well, ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, it appears we have quite the motley crew to take on our final challenge. From little babies and sleeping soundly to massive portal gods? It's gonna be an interesting Elite Four at the least. As I enter a very lackluster room, pass an exam harder than my driving theory test, and enter the first room. Oh yeah, it's Elite Four time. Whiscash begins against two gyms. Will Tandemaus be able to do anything? It's time to show them that the cardboard cutouts are better than the real thing. First, Bullet Seeds, which if it hits 3 times, is actually gonna kill the Whiscash. What a fantastic start for Tandemaus. Gym 1 and Gym 2 will be very, very excited. A Camerupt hits the field, and it's time to show them the true power of both of my gyms. A Population Bomb, boosted by Stab and Terra. Oh, if this hits 10 times, I think it's gonna kill. And lo and behold, the Camerupt is also gone down. My 2 gyms are just slaying left and right. Come on, get the 10 hits. 3, 4, 5. If we get the 10, come on. Do it, Jim. Do it for all the gyms out there. Come on, just one more. Bam! Oh my god! Who needs a Hooper when you got Tandemaus? I do. I need a Hooper. I'm definitely gonna need this. Clodsire hits the field and Protect. Are you scared of my population? This Clodsire is terrified of demographics. Wait, but is it enough to take him out? Come on, I don't know how. I wasn't counting. I don't know if it's gonna hit 10 or not. Come on, wait, one more. Yes! Oh my god! The first Elite Four member completely swept by Terra Tandemaus. You may clap, but I know you're thoroughly embarrassed. Next up is Poppy, and this is the exact reason why I made sure to get ourselves an evolutioned Skeledirge in this. It's a very good thing we pulled that evolution card. I also made sure to purchase my Pokemon the finest of items before we engaged in these battles today, and I wrapped a very nice scarf around the neck of my Spizy. So 1 Torch Song is enough to take out the Copperaja, and with the boosted speed from the Choice Scarf and the boosted special attack, oh, I think we're looking very good indeed. Torch Song after Torch Song, a blaze of furious inferno ignites the battlefield. As soon as the steel types are hitting the field, they're feeling the blaze of the hellish flames lick against their steely bodies, and they cannot last on the field for very long. An overwhelming torrent of flame, but Magnezone barely hangs on, using its ability to set up a light screen. That's a very good idea, actually. It's probably the only thing that can save you at this point, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. But will the light screen be enough to save Terra Tinkerton? There's only one way to find out! Oh, it's not! I just simply had too many special attack buffs, and Tinkerton falls. I'm sorry, Tiny Slapper. I didn't get an evolution item for you, so you're not allowed to evolve. Next is everyone's favorite Larry, and it's time to get serious with this. I'm pulling out the big guns now. It's time for Clamps. Although, to be fair, this was potentially a bad choice and start, because this is definitely a grass type. So I'm gonna have to end this quickly before you can set up a sunny day. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, that's so bad. Well done, Clamps. You've managed to absolutely fumble the bag already. I'm sure you're very proud of yourself. It's time to go ahead and switch out into Spicy. See, Spicy's a guy that enjoys a bit of solar energy, doing very little damage. And thank you for the sunny day, by the way. It's incredibly kind of you to do that for me. I may as well take advantage of it while it's here, you know. It would be rude not to. Even against the Altaria, I have a lot of buffs right now. Oh, I didn't quite kill, though. You can tank a Dragon Pulse. Very well. Now I feel it's time to unleash the beast that is Jinjin. Oh, yeah. Now this is gonna be fun. I'm sorry, Altaria. As Jinjin enters the field, an absolute cacophony of eldritch energy fills the battlefield. Oricorio attempts to dance, but Jinjin simply does not care. Hyperspace Fury comes through and punches Oricorio, I suppose. I am a little bit worried about a fighting type move coming through now. I'll switch into Cleo just to be nice and safe. And I knew it. You ended up going for the close combat. That definitely would have killed my genie. A crit as well? Oh, absolutely. Now we spam Lumina Crash and survive the Brave Bird, hopefully. Oh, another crit back to back. We barely hang on with Cleo. And if this Flamigo has any priority, now would be the time to use it. It doesn't. The Lumina crashes through the Flamigo and destroys it. And now there's only one incredibly non-threatening member of the Elite Four. And now that I've said that, I'm probably going to get slapped with a bit of karma. But let's see. No, even can't do that much damage. Surely, I mean, it's not that strong. Oh my god. No damage at all. But this Dragalge, I know, has Hydro Pump. But I also have a high horsepower, so... Nope, don't make dumb plays on purpose. Only do it by accident. Jin can absolutely tank it. And a fierce Psychic comes through and absolutely nails the Dragalge. I'm not entirely sure what you think Flappala's gonna do. Let me answer. Not much. See, the problem with Hoopa is that it is disgusting. How do I turn this affection shit off? I know my Pokemon love me. I know they want to prove how good cards are instead of actual Pokemon, but I don't want them to do that. Okay, there's a real Dragon Claw. That actually did a really big chunk of damage, to be fair. Not as big as it just did to the Haxorus, but still threatening to be sure. But now, truly, in this pivotal moment, Clamps will finally show its worth. Or either it shows its worth or it dies horrifically in this next attack. Who knows what's gonna happen? Here we go. It's just a Terra boosted Glaive Rush. I mean, it can't do that much damage. Oh, that was painful, but Anger Shell pops. And now, thanks to the secondary effect of Glaive Rush, you'll take double damage on your next hit. I should have enough speed to outspeed you. I'll activate my Terra, and I'm really gonna hope we don't get the 20% miss chance, or else Clamps is gonna go to the big old beach in the sky. Come on, Clamps. I know you can do this. Terra boosted, +1 attack, does double damage after Glaive Rush. Yes! Well done, Clamps! You absolute legend! And that is how you become a champion. We're not done yet. We need to do more battles. Tiny Slapper, I appreciate the chutzpah, but I don't appreciate how you're taking up our time. Now, I've been thinking this over. I could start with Cleo, there's Patterrz, and try and Carmine a bunch and sweep from there, but then I realized that the enemy as Patterrz has Opportunist, which will steal every stat boost that I get. So, not ideal, really. So instead, I've gone with my second plan of punching it many times until it either dies or the whole battlefield collapses in on itself, which thankfully enough, we did get the first one. Unfortunately, Geeta sends out her strongest Pokemon, a goat. But thanks to my infinite knowledge of Pokemon, I know that goats are weak to being set on fire. And no one's better at causing a fiery blaze than, of course, my alligator creature Spizy. Oh, that's not a kill. Well, that's unfortunate. Ah, yes, bulk up the goat. You ever seen a goat with biceps? No, it's because they don't have arms. Also, that goat's not going to have much left of its body after it's burnt to cinders. Ah, yes, Geeta. A truly masterful follow-up against the fire type. Let's send an icicle at it. Quite the trainer you are, Geeta. Quite the incredible mastermind of tacticians. Of course! A masterful gambit, dear madam. Let's send the steel type out next. If only Geeta had some kind of water or even rock type. That would be incredibly useful right now, surely. Good heavens! I'm shocked and stunned and surprised. You do have a water type. Goodness, I haven't been this surprised since I learned you could save money on delicious caffeine or caffeine-free beverages at Gamer Subs with code Patterrz. Which is true. You can do that in links in the description if you want to. Well, I'm arrogant and overconfident now, and I have a billion special attack buffs. So why don't we just keep clicking on Torch Song and see what happens here? Oh, wow, that's a good hit. If only you'd used it earlier. Oh, bugger it. Let's have a Terra off. You know what? If he dies, he dies. Oh yeah, it's Terra time. But which Terra is stronger? The one that's good against the other one? Or my guy with a gorillion special attack buffs now? Oh my god, what a shocker. If there was a room of champions in Pokemon, everyone would just collectively get together in a group and just point and laugh at Geeta. No, Tiny Slapper, you're still not allowed to evolve, buddy. I'm really sorry. But I knew, as soon as I had beaten that champion, that there was one more I had to face. One more before I could end this journey of cardboard supremacy. I closed my eyes, and as I reopened them, I found myself in a room, one with one other person. I immediately recognized them as the Card Caper. She had come for my rare cards, knowing that they were powerful enough to become the champion and would stop at nothing until my cards were in her possession. This Card Caper's not getting any of my cards. I'll die before I let you have them. Lead with the Slitherwing. I don't care. I finally gave Tiny Slapper a bit of a moment to shine. Tiny Slapper's been begging for a fight, so here we go. Unfortunately, this is not a great matchup, so he's gonna have to Scarper pretty much immediately. I don't have a huge amount of Pokemon that are good against bug and fighting types, to be honest. But you know, I can always trust in Spizy as our flaming alligator hits the field. Fire ignites around his mouth and shoots forward into the Slitherwing. The Slitherwing, completely engulfed in flame, just stands there for a second and and then goes down. Just a bit of a delayed reaction. We'll call it shock. Thankfully, the card Caper knows nothing about actual Pokemon battles and is therefore sending out a grass type against my fire type. We'll call that a slightly silly maneuver. Oh, you lived? Oh, wait, you're dog type. Hold on. Wait, you got payback? No. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, that did a lot. That was a big chunk. It would have been a real shame if you used Sucker Punch there. I didn't even think about it. Thankfully, Brute Bonnet goes down and the Torch Song's flames. Now, Sandy Shock centers the arena and Spicy is just getting started. Go on, smack him with another one. It's enough to take out the Sandy Shocks. I think we can all agree that Spicy is the GOAT. Even enough to take out a Fluttermane, perhaps? No, the Fluttermane goes first, firing rocks and gems towards Spicy. And from the damage it took from the Brute Bonnet, it's just too much for it to hang on as the rocks tear through Spicy's ethereal body and straight through the card as well. Absolutely enraged by the death of his friend, Jinjin hits the field. A fireball is shot towards Jinjin, which does very little damage thanks to its assault vest. And now using the power of holes, will punch that Fluttermane to death. The card Caper, having taken a life already, has very few Pokemon left to fight with. This is when Clamps needs a moment in the sun, absolutely tanking a player off, and deciding, yeah, let's crab rave a little bit. Let's get that attack up. Let's get a little zany with it. Why not? A Drain Punch comes out, but it's not enough to break the thick hide that Clamps has around it. But a Stone Edge might be able to pop that balloon over there. No, wow, even at +2. We're now lowered below half health, but that's when we trigger our trap card. Wrong TCG. Sorry, we don't have those. That's where we trigger our ability. It gives me, like, plus attack and speed. It's really good. But lowers our defenses. As we start to take greater risks in this fight, it could lead us to a quick victory or a swift defeat. Feeling spicy, I decide to use high horsepower this turn to knock out the Screamtail. And then the card Caper is left with only one Pokemon left. Roaring Moon. A terrifying beast. Now boosted with its booster energy. This thing is pretty scary, I think we can all agree. But by using the power of friendship and angry shells, Clamps knocks out the Roaring Moon in one hit, securing the victory. Cloth has done it, securing the safety of my cards and proving once and for all that cardboard is better than pixels. I think. Subscribe, please.